Hi friends. Well, I'm up to my old tricks again. It's 1:27 a.m. I don't know what day it is. Doesn't matter. And I had all the lights out this time. I mean, ready to lay my head down. When it was dark in here, I had darkened the screen and everything. And I saw the fireflies. Beautiful bright light right up on the porch. I mean, so close I wondered which side of the window they were on. And I just sat here feeling so good, so grateful, so happy at such beauty, at such a visit, you know. And it came to me to share. And I know there will be those of you ready to hear. We're creating our reality. We're magnetizing by our frequency, by our resonance, doing a like attracts like thing. And the very best way to do this is to be in joy, is to feel good. No thought needed, no thought at all. For all of those moments that you're simply happy, that you're savoring something that just feels good, looks good, is good, you know? It doesn't have to be joy for you. It can be joy for the gifting that somebody else is receiving, or the awakening, or anything that lifts your heart, anything that touches your heart and brings a tenderness, a happiness. You know, like I bliss out every sunset when my room fills with rainbows. I can't tell you the pleasure that brings. And the joy. And I just stare at the beautiful, brilliant colors. And I marvel. I think I've shared with you, even at night, even right now, in this kind of light, the crystals, they won't create rainbows externally, but they're there internally. You see the reflections of all the beautiful colors, and it just makes me so happy. Okay, so I'm easily amused. I'm suggesting that's a good thing. Find those things, and it can be little stuff, you know. Get yourself a faceted crystal, hang it in the window, put it on the windowsill, and just enjoy what it brings, whatever it is, the kind of music that you like, art, books, anything, whatever lifts your spirits, just be with it. And be with yourself in that joy. This is the environment of 5D and the higher dimensions. Ever-present joy and connection with all of life. Now, whether we know it or not, when we're in heart, we are connected with all of life. But it's usually the case that the mind is so busy, it's just one endless distraction. And so we don't touch down with our deeper reality. We don't make time and take time to explore our own divinity. And we are that. And it's so simple. It's so easy. I mean, even just savoring, remembering. I remember when I was a little girl, and I don't know if it was my first pair of roller skates or what, but I was out in the neighborhood on the sidewalk, and I was skating, and I fell and I skinned my knee, and it hurt so bad. I mean, it was terrible. And I ran crying toward the house, and my mom saw me, and she knelt down and she opened her arms, and I ran into them, and she held me. And I'll never forget how good it felt. Just remembering things like this. Heart math even teaches this. To come into heart coherence, you center in your chest, in your heart, and then you bring to mind something that lifted your heart, something that touched you, something that simply felt good. You would be amazed what it does for your frequency, for your aura, for your energy. And not only do you have the bliss and the blessing and the benefit of the moment that you're enjoying, but it's so nice to be discovering, my friends, that this is also the finest way to create our quote-unquote future. Okay? Just a short little blessing before I lay my head down. Been very emotional today. I don't know why. I don't know what the Mayan day is or any of that. I'll fix that up later when I awaken. I just wanted to take these moments here and share this easy, beautiful tip with you. Namaste. Hi there. I'm going to do something a little different. Let me get my crystal. Something a little different here. I did a live journal late last night, a short one, and I went to do a write-up for it, and so I could put it online, and I enjoyed the write-up so much, I think I'm going to record it and put the two together. They just seem to fit. So here goes. This is 7/3, the first journal. Oh, and it's a Jaguar day. Mayan day is 3 Jaguar. And there's a delightful link. You want to click over to this, it's not a transcript, to the written journal to get the link. All right. There is nothing better you can do for yourself or for life than to feel good. Let that sink in while you slip down into heart. Whatever lifts you up, go for that. Any little thing that gives you joy, go for it. Be in that feeling, those feelings of grateful joy. Appreciation. It can come from anywhere, anything, anytime. You never know. So, be on the alert, on the lookout for any excuse to magnify joy. Set yourself up to be in joy. Please yourself. What makes you happy? Indulge that. Joy empties you out of anything but itself. Joy is an ocean of love. Joy inspires heartfelt gratitude from your deepest places. You haven't truly met yourself until you've deeply indulged in joy. That's the real you. And did you know that science is in on this? If you'll check out heartmath.org, you can discover actual scientific research that's been done on the benefits of simply feeling moments of pleasure, of joy. It's actually been demonstrated to raise IQ, intelligence quotient, while you're feeling that, and for a time after as well. Joy harmonizes your energy field, what some call the aura. It cleans things out and brings your frequency into coherence, which it turns out is actually more important than how high or low it may be. That it's coherent is what counts. A coherent frequency is a joy for all life to feel. And you are that connected, you know. Well, whether you know it or not, you are. Like attracts like. I suppose you've heard that. Did you know that coherent frequencies amp up the power, increase the power of that attraction? Well, they do. You don't magnetize joy just for yourself. Oh no, the whole world partakes of your creation, just like the Mandelbrot set of fractals. A change anywhere is instantly everywhere. How can it be otherwise when all are entangled, all are one? When people don't understand or feel this oneness, and I notice a lot of people that are in mind make videos griping about oneness. They just don't get it, but they think they do. When they don't understand or feel this oneness, it's largely due to them occupying mind instead of heart. Mind doesn't get this. It's a heart thing, an enlightenment thing, nothing mental. During such moments of joy, you may notice that thought is actually turned off. It is absent. Now, that's not the cause of the joy, it just plays its part. Let's all agree to let the old programming, the anti-joy programming, go. You know, the training that says it's selfish for you to care for or to love the self. That's hogwash. It's all lies. Now, who knows why we were taught that? But you know what? It doesn't matter. It's not worth a single thought. Just walk away. Instead, let's just agree to come out of that and open into honest, sincere love for the self. When you love and respect you, then you pay attention, more attention, to those precious moments that make you feel good. You don't keep on driving on through to whatever mind thinks needs doing. You stop and pause and reflect and enjoy. You nurture the good feelings. Party down. It only makes sense. Well, it makes heart sense after you come out of mind, being in mind all the time. Now, there's plenty of time for mind without it hogging every minute, which it will do if left to its own devices. Time to take up the reins and run your own show. You know what's best for you, better than mind does. Mind has no heart, but you do. Let a heart speak. Let heart lead, at least once in a while, especially in those moments of felt joy. Now, even if it went no farther than this, that'd be fantastic. But it does. There are no more magnetic, no more powerful moments than those moments of quiet pleasure or of real joy. Joy attracts more of joy to itself. It attracts that to harmonize with your coherent frequency. So it's joy upon joy upon joy. It multiplies. It has kittens. That's what you create when you let go and just give in to those quiet, beautiful moments and let them stretch themselves out. The longer you maintain and don't disturb the feeling, the more powerful and attractive it becomes. This is truly, as Abraham Hicks calls it, being in the vortex. This is being the open door for all those goodies you've magnetized etherically already to manifest right there where you are. Now, I don't suggest we ever do a this to get a that. What does it mean? It means you don't use people or things to acquire something else. It means you don't sit there and try to gin up some joy just so you can precipitate the latest thing that mind would like to manifest. That would be using joy. And somehow that violates true joy. If you're in heart, you can sense that. I find everything in life is leading me into being danced, into being the dance. As a person, I'm less and less here, while as source, I am more and more manifest. Source leads your life while you're being danced. It's how the journals come, you know. They don't originate from mind. Heck, mind doesn't even know as they're being written where they're going. Source is driving, or better said, dancing. Dancing you. Now, I remember not long ago, I really didn't get that. I first heard it from Eckhart Tolle. I thought you had to either be the dancer or the partner. In other words, the leader or the follower in the dance. It never entered my imagination that you could actually turn out to be the dance itself. In a way, it's like you disappear. Source steps in your stead and takes you for a spin, so to speak. You become the verb instead of the noun. You make the great shift. We can make this great shift at any moment, any time in the life. Surely you're already aware of how life is dancing you, of how the old man is somehow falling away, is somehow even dying. All those things that used to light your fires, get you energized, don't even stir an ember to life anymore. There is a new not caring that's coming on all of us. We're shifting gears into higher self. Now, I know you can feel it. You may not have noticed it much in the press of everyday life, but if you'll just take some quiet, reflective time, I'm quite sure you can see it there where you are. Now, if you have any ideas that crop up about maybe not making the shift, about being left behind or any of that, just drop them. Dump them in the incinerator, actually, those old beliefs. They're just old programming. Maybe you weren't consciously aware of them before. Maybe by loving yourself, by giving yourself over to more of those quiet moments to reflect, you'll become more aware of them. more ready to take out the trash and burn it. If you don't quite know how to do that, you can do it simply by taking on new beliefs. New beliefs will always flush out the old ones that hide away in the subconscious, content not to be seen nor acknowledged. Well, the rising frequencies everywhere are also flushing such things out, and the old stuff, it needs to go anyway. Now, this doesn't often feel so pleasant. It will make you uncomfortable, but that's actually a good sign. Bet you didn't realize that your feelings of discomfort are actually a blessing, did you? Well, they are. They are messages, direct communications to you from your source. They are pointing out precisely what is getting in your way, in the way of your frequencies rising. But it does take some quiet time to decipher them, most of the time. Now, that won't happen in the presence of a typical hamster wheeling mind. Take time for yourself. It won't always be time out only for those joyous moments. Sometimes it will be time to welcome pain. Yes, welcome that too. Stay in heart with this. Learn to let your feelings come out and show themselves. Come out and play. Don't judge them. They need to do that, or they will only cause trouble on down the road. Like rebellious children, they are determined to get your attention, one way or the other. They will. So, why not do it willingly? Why not let it be at your urging? Why not just let go of resistance to what you're feeling and lay out the welcome mat instead? Come on, what could it hurt? What's a few moments of discomfort? You have so very much to gain, such as yourself. So quit holding yourself on such a tight rein. Quit caring so much what others may think or say about you. You can't please them all the time anyway, even if you were perfect. And every time you try, you give away yet another piece of yourself. It's rather sad, actually, the way we've been programmed to be other pleasers. Now, if we'd been programmed to be self-pleasers, and take that any way you like, that would be so very much better. It would just make more sense. Until we truly, deeply love and respect the self, we don't have that love and respect to share with others. We're the empty ones, full of dead men's bones, as the scripture says. The fires must be first lit within the self. Only then can we warm others up by its glow, its radiance. We have to be alive inside. So, be selfish, my friends. It's the very greatest gift you can give both self and others. Now sure, it flies in the face of all you've been taught. So what? Do you really care about that old programming stuff? Aren't you ready for a switch, or even for the great shift? Every time we enter heart, we contribute to the great shift, to pulling others up. As we enter there, we are making a personal shift by our intent. We are powerful creators. That's a piece that is always left out of the old programming. We weren't meant to know that. Not by the programmers, anyway. But that's okay. We're so powerful that we're busting right through their old programming and coming back into our true identity, in spite of, maybe partly even because of, all of that. We are divine. One day, we'll realize the full depth and breadth and majesty of that. We don't yet, but we will. Don't let it hold you back if these just seem like words for now. Just keep centering down as deep as you can go and for as long as you can manage. As you stay with it, you'll notice those times growing. It's only natural if that's what you want. That's what the arrogant Illuminati forgot in all of their fierce master planning, that we are divine. We cannot be held down, not forever as they would desire. And our time is now. We have waded through all of the dark times and made it into this now, this season, this cycle of shifting, of the great light that we are all being born into full manifestation. Our time is now, but we must claim it, each one for his or her own. And again, awakening is no spectator sport. I think it's best to leave aside all of the spectator stuff while we're at it, all the follow the leader stuff too. We don't need that anymore. It doesn't fit. We are now coming fully into our own. Christ is being born right there where you are, my friend. Let it happen. Just get out of its way. Dump the fear. Dump, too, the low self-worth, the feeling of worthlessness. You are not worthless, though no doubt there's some of that in your old programming. Well, let it come out. Let it come forward. Go ahead. Feel it. Entertain it, so that you can fully face it and welcome it. It won't hurt you, and then it will go. Things don't change by manipulation, by brute force of the will. Rather, they change by honest integrity, by being willing to fearlessly face whatever comes up. Just keep reminding yourself, I am Source. Source has no need to fear diddly squat. And so whatever comes up, it's not going to hurt you. You can let it be. Drop the fear. We're laced through with it. But as long as we run from it and try to repress it, avoid it, ignore it, don't feel it, it only grows, it only magnifies, it only gets worse. There's a message in there. It's actually a gift. It's a grace. It's a blessing. But you gotta go through the door. You can't go around. Each moment delivers the perfect gift into our hands. Most of us don't see it. So we're very careless with our moments, not even paying them any real attention. We're taught, don't care for yourself. That's selfish. Well, stuff and nonsense to that. Stand up and reclaim your sovereignty over your life. It's time for you to lead it instead of leaving that old programming in charge and running the show. We each do this as we become more present to the moment. by following only self and now here in heart. This is accomplished fully. If you will give yourself to it, it will deliver your higher self back to you. It will bring you into your own presence. Capital P, the presence of your divinity. That's what it's for. Self and now here in heart covers all of the bases. If you had nothing else, no other teaching, it would still get you there. Self and now here in heart. With the earnest heart, that'll take you wherever you need to go. Be the empty cup, my friends. Empty out of the old programming as it arises. Plant those new self-chosen beliefs in your interior belief garden. Watch them take root and grow. As they do, be ready to give a joyful welcome to all discomfort as it arises. Learn to wrap your arms around it and be grateful. You're going to be so surprised. This is just showing you which weeds need to be pulled up and ditched. That's all. It's a very loving thing. Don't be afraid of your discomfort. Don't fear any of your feelings. Start making time for love trysts with you. Just you and you. Just like you want friends, spouse, or children to listen to you when you have something to share, it's time to treat yourself to the same level of open attention. It's time to listen to your deep inner self, to get to know that one. That's the real you. This other one is someone you've only played at being. Yeah, that's something we forgot about somewhere along the way, that we were here just playing. We just let it get way too serious, and sure, that interfered with our fun. Well, we're the ideal ones to fix that, and it's time. It's our time now. Only we've got to claim it. We've got to engage with it, not just sit around waiting for enlightenment, trying to be good enough, or rescue of some sort to arrive. If we go at it that way, it will never come. It's not how things work. Sit back on your butt, do nothing, and eventually it'll all work out. I don't think so. Do you? Or rather, how has that worked for us so far? Yeah, not so hot. Well, that's just evidence that it's part of that old programming. That stuff whose day is done, but not until we, individually, deal with it. That's the last little bit, my friends, just the engagement. That is to put the key into the lock and turn it. Do you see? Do you sense this? Can you feel it? I bet you can. If not, go back to the beginning. Settle down at heart. Do it again. Namaste.